YouTube, Google+, Facebook, Twitter. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Let's get this party started. Okay, today I'm going to talk about all my thoughts on everything we saw at E3, because it is done. Finished. Party's over. First of all, everyone's got to talk about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Game looked fantastic. Everything from surfing down a mountain or snowboarding down a mountain on your shield, to burning down villages, to tackling different objectives different ways. There's so many ways to tackle an objective in the game, like even in attacking enemies. You can attack them dead on, you can attack them from a distance with your bow. Like I said, you can set fire to the field and burn them out. You can be real stealthy, kind of like Metal Gear, kind of stealth your way in and steal their gear ahead of time. There's so many different ways to tackle different objectives in the game. You basically wake up 100 years later and you set on your quest. It goes back to the original roots of the 8-bit Legend of Zelda in a lot of ways. That's the first game I played as a kid. I was probably about 14 when I got the first Legend of Zelda. And this has even surpassed my imagination back then of what the game was, because that was open-ended world. Of course, it was much different, 8-bit, zoomed out, overhead. But we would imagine, or I would imagine at least, something similar to this world, but this has even surpassed my imagination, because there is so many different ways to tackle different objectives in the game, different situations. You have to worry about weather hazards, nature, cooking, what to eat, what to wear in certain situations, so many different ways. So fantastic all around. I love how the environments change so much drastically depending on, just like real life, where you go. If you're in the valley, you see a certain types of shrubs and trees and flowers, animals. And if you start climbing the mountain, you see different types of trees and shrubs and flowers and so on. So that is really cool how they did that. And it's going to be fantastic. And it's cool that you can go anywhere you want, do anything you want. And it's just a game that you should definitely spend your time and not rush through it, but explore the world and really take in all the beauty and enjoy it. So fantastic, can't wait to play that. Pokemon Sun and Moon, we've already seen quite a bit of footage on that. I'm really looking forward to that at the end of this year. I am looking forward to playing Howlett, the owl. I think his name's Howlett. That's going to be my starter. One game I was surprised that I changed my opinions on was Tokyo Mirage Sessions. At first I thought, well, when I saw it last time I was kind of iffy about it. When I seen it this time, it actually looks a lot of fun, so I'm definitely going to check it out. Paper Mario Color Splash took a lot of heat from certain people out there, but the game looks fun, I gotta say. It looks like a simply fun Paper Mario game, so I'm going to check it out. We're finally getting Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix coming to the West finally. Japan's had it for quite a while. It's supposed to be, I never played it actually, but from people that I've heard playing it, they really love it. It's got that WarioWare quirkiness about it, so I'm definitely going to check it out and look forward to playing it. We are finally getting Dragon Quest VII coming soon too. So that looks fantastic. I really love Dragon Quest series, and so this is going to be a lot of fun. Yoki Watch 2, I didn't check it out. I have to still play it. I have to give it a fair try. I probably would like it if I like Pokemon things, so I just haven't had time to play it yet. Got a busy life, new baby, just born about 8 days ago, so it's keep me very busy, so I don't have much time for anything. Gotta be a parent first to be a good daddy, so I'm just basically when I have a little bit of free time, I'll play something. Monster Hunter Generations looks excellent. I got introduced to the series on the PlayStation Portable. I think it was Monster Hunter 2, if I'm correct, is the one I played. So, and then I played, the next one I played, it was Monster Hunter 4. So I'm not a fan of it, but I've played a few of them and I like it. So this one looks interesting. Now you can play as one of the little cat people. I don't know their names of the characters and stuff, but you can play as the little cat people to help you out as your main character. So that's pretty cool. Box Boy. If you ever played Box Boy by Game Freak, fantastic game. Well, now there's a new one, Box Boy, which is coming at the end of this month on the 30th. So that looks fantastic. I'm gonna get it. I think it's $4.99 if I'm correct. I looked yesterday on the eShop. You can pre-download it if you want to, and then you can pre-buy it, and then when it comes available, you can buy it. Just do a little small download and get it. But it's not a huge game in the first place. But looks fantastic. A lot of new features, lot of new puzzle elements added. Well, not a lot new, just one puzzle element that changes the game completely. So it's going to be interesting to play. I'm looking forward to it. New IP by Nintendo, Ever Oasis. Looks fantastic. Reminds me of Fantasy Life a little bit. So I haven't seen enough on it, just that little trailer. But Ever Oasis reminds me of Fantasy Life, kind of that RPG open-end world, but you're building an oasis in the desert. And there's an RPG element where you go outside the village, fight monsters and so on, collect items and things, build weapons, I believe. So looks interesting. Looking forward to it. I didn't see no coverage on it really, but in the background when someone was passing E3, there's 3 new amiibos. There's an Archer Link. There's one of the creatures, some kind of octopus thing, I forgot they call them, from the Legend of Zelda series. And I forgot what the third one was. I don't know what it was actually, but there's for sure 3 of them. I just briefly saw it in the distance. So anyways, 3 amiibo coming, and supposedly they have a little bit of movement to them, so that's very interesting. Pokemon Go, they did the first day of coverage. Actually, it looks interesting, and supposedly it's going to have connectivity with the handhelds later on, so maybe Sun and Moon, or sounds like, or maybe a game after, but probably Sun and Moon is the next game. So it'll probably have eventually somehow connectivity and be able to talk to each other and give you something. So Pokemon Go looks interesting depending on where you're at, where you live. You'll see certain types of Pokemon if you live near the water, or if you live more in the city side, you may see different kinds of Pokemon and catch them and so on. And they'll add new features as the game progresses on, because they can do that through updates to the Google. So very interesting, looks fun. And I would have to say, even if you're not a Nintendo fan and you're a PlayStation 4 fan, Xbox fan, they had a lot of games that looked interesting too. I saw a lot of games, I just don't have time. If I was back in the younger days when I was a teenager or something, I may have more than one system. But now, I'm older, I have family and so on, so my time's limited, so I have to choose wisely. But PlayStation 4 and Xbox both have interesting looking games coming to both systems that were intriguing to me. Everything from the Resident Evil Biohazard, Days Gone. I think there was a new Tekken 7, I believe. There were so many games that on all systems that they just looked fun. So definitely a pretty good E3 overall. Everyone was worried Nintendo was just going to come with Legend of Zelda and one day and show it off, and then they were going to be bored and have nothing to play. But Nintendo did what they do best, brought some games, showed them off, and let people get their hands on and played some Zelda there, and people loved it. So fantastic E3. I'm not going to pick winners or losers or anything. I just say everyone did a great job. Lots of fun looking games. Welcome back Kojima. His game looked interesting too. Anyways, that is all I have for this episode. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, have a good one. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, my